Welcome to Gabe's Cave. I'm Gabe, Flash.
I'm Darren, the Chief Lizard Man.
I'm Brandon, Grandpa Rick.
Drill pulls in the back, don't forget him.
Hi, everybody.
And I'm going to take these hats off. Cool. Before we get started, we got to thank today's sponsor, Rosson Phillips Group. RossonPhillips.com. Check them out. Building people, changing lives. They're an amazing, amazing company. And we're going to talk about today's topic, and that is Gabe's Cave, Top 15 Pop Culture Vehicles.
What do you think about that, Gabe?
It's pretty cool, but it seems more like your thing. You like
Does it?
cars.
I do. I love cars. I'm the car guy. Vehicles, automotive, anything. I love it. Brandon, I know you like a little bit at least.
A little bit.
Enough.
Enough.
Yeah. Don't let him fool you. He surprised me.
So should we get into it?
We should get into it.
Number 15.
Yes. Number 15.
The Knight Rider car. 1982 Pontiac Firebird KITT. What can you say about this? Iconic show. David Hasselhoff. He's a joke now, but back then, he was it.
The Hasselhoff.
The hassle. Don't hassle the Hoff. Great car. Basically, you just needed that car and a little light bar on the front. And we have talking cars already. I know I do. I have Bluetooth in my car and it talks to me. So we basically already have KITT.
What does KITT stand for?
KITT stands for Night.
Night Industries 2000.
2000. Oh, terrible. Yeah, it's a beautiful car.
I agree. I really like it. I think it's fairly iconic. And, most people have seen it, or at least know what it is, or have seen the red bar going across the front of a Pontiac, Firebird. Pretty cool.
Yeah.
Have at it.
Okay, number
14.
ScoobyDoo Mystery Machine. It's a mix between a 1972 Ford Econoline and a Volkswagen bus.
That it is. I would say the bus part would probably be the front tire.
Yeah.
On the front, but the rest of it kind of looks like an Econoline.
Yes. Hippies everywhere love this vehicle.
Yes, they do.
Yeah.
But I think everybody loves it, especially like if you watched the show as a kid. I would consider that very, very iconic.
It really fit the time
Oh,
when it
absolutely.
came out, because hippies everywhere.
Yeah, man. You could wear what do they call it?
Tie-dye.
No, what's the thing?
Ascot?
Yeah, you can wear an ascot
Yeah.
around your neck and drive a Ford Econoline.
Yeah.
That
And
would
it wasn't weird at all.
No, it wasn't.
Oh.
And
I mean,
paint flowers on the side of your van.
It'd be weird now.
I think I'd rather have a Volkswagen bus than I would a Ford Econoline.
Yeah.
Personally.
That's crappy.
Well, number 13, the 18 van. That is a GMC Ventura. I believe that is a 83 GMC Ventura. And what's not to like about the black with the red stripe and the gray? I mean, it's a classic.
I pity the fool that doesn't like that vehicle.
Yeah, absolutely. I've actually seen one in person. There's a I don't even know how to. I guess somebody bought a Ventura and then customized it to look like the 18 van in Little Rock. I saw it driving around one day. I've got a picture of it. Maybe we'll display it somewhere here. It's pretty cool. Not like in a museum or at a car show or anything. It was just like, oh, there's a.
I think I've seen one at a Comic-Con.
Oh, there's the 18
And then you
van.
have like the song in your head. Dun,
Yeah.
Dun, 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 dun,
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Well, you can't. You don't just see that and then just.
Yeah. And if you can find them.
I should have followed him. I need some work done.
What kind of work?
Lizard King work. Mind your own business.
Okay.
Okay then. Number 12, the Tron Lightcycle. It was designed by, it's a second generation designed by Kevin Flynn. It's said to be the fastest ever, and it's, in the movie, it's based off of the game, the original arcade machine, which is pretty cool. And even in one of the TV shows I watched, they had a game called Nort on the side of the machine. It was on Gravity Falls. On the side of the machine, it said, "The game based off the movie, based off the game." It's pretty cool.
Flynn lives.
That's right.
Yes, he does.
And if you haven't seen the movie or don't know about it, they have it on Disney Plus. I know a lot of people have it right now, so check it out on Disney Plus. Yep.
Which one?
The first one.
Do they have Legacy on there?
They might. Don't quote me on that.
I love those movies, actually. They are so strange. And anything 80s, I'm your guy. Like, I would wear just bright purple and pink and turquoise at all times and drive a white Ferrari Testarossa if I could.
With his members-only jacket.
I love the 80s. I don't know why, but I do. But those movies, which just like, it's so over-the-top 80s with the bright lights and, I don't know.
Neon.
The neon, and yeah. The light cycles are just so cool. Especially that one. It's the fastest ever. Yeah. Number 11, the Pontiac Trans Am from Smokey and the Bandit. This one's a little weird. It's actually a 1976 Pontiac Trans Am, and the 76 and the 77 are two different generations where they did a facelift on the car. So when the movie came out, they actually used 76 bodies and just removed the front clip or the front end of the car and put 77 front ends on them, so they could be like the next generation before they actually came out. So the director actually did a deal with Pontiac at the time, so they could have them in the movie before the cars were actually released. So it actually had the better engine from the previous generation, which I think was a Pontiac 400. And then when the new cars came out, they got downgraded a bit because of, emissions and there was an oil crisis, I believe, at the time.
And Burt Reynolds with his awesome mustache made that car a lot cooler.
Yes, very
Sally
much.
Field brought it down a little bit, but Burt Reynolds just...
Was the jacket.
Yeah.
And the hat.
Yeah. And the mustache.
And the license plate, Ban 1.
Yeah.
I don't ever plan on owning one of these vehicles, but if I end up with one, I'm going to have that license plate. You just can't not have it.
And you have to wear the hat.
I don't know about
And have the mustache.
Mustache? Yes. Hat? I don't know. Jacket? Probably. Yeah. Number 10 is the Dukes of Hazzard and the General Lee. Well, you can't have a list like this of iconic pop culture cars and not have the General Lee on it. It's just such an iconic car. It's bright orange. It's a 69 Dodge Charger. I mean,
Daisy Dukes, the Duke Boys, the Horn.
The Horn.
The famous Horn.
They sent it. They literally destroyed like 325 cars throughout the series. And if you want to buy a 68, 69, or 70 Dodge Charger, you can't because they killed them all. And that's why they're so expensive and hard to find now. And why a lot of times when you do see one, it's painted bright orange with a flag on the top and generally on the side, or generally on the top and 01 on the side. If that's iconic enough as it is.
Yeah, there's nothing to say about it. It's just an amazing, beautiful car, iconic from the TV show.
It's an amazing machine.
And you got to jump into it.
You do have to jump into it. I don't know about all that, but you do have to jump into it.
Number 9, Halo, the M12 Warthog from Halo. It saw a lot of extensive combat in the Human Covenant War in 2525 to 2552.
This is real history, guys.
Yeah.
Future history.
Yeah.
We can see the future.
Definitely.
And you'll know why eventually. But the Halo Warthog, tell us about it, Gabe. You like Halo. I like Halo. Brandon, you played Halo. You played Halo 1, you said earlier.
Absolutely. I used to love on multiplayer just getting in the Warthog and just what I would call going on Brandon's day out. I would just drive around.
Yeah.
Run them over.
Yeah. It's probably my favorite off-road sci-fi vehicle.
You can't not love the Warthog. It's this big bulky machine, and they named it the Warthog. I don't know why, but they did. But it just runs everything over and just. You can have a guns, any kind of gun you want on top. You can have troop transport, just a truck bed. It doesn't matter.
It is the Danny DeVito of vehicles, the Warthog.
Oh, you're not wrong about that.
Yeah. I never thought of it.
Yeah, I never thought of that either.
Never thought of it that way.
That's crazy. So I started blasting.
That's right.
I guess more like Michael Scott. I don't know. Number 8. This is the Toyota Supra, the 1994 Toyota Supra from Fast and Furious, the first one, the orange car. That is a Supra Turbo with a 2JZ GTE Turbonetics T66 Turbo. And I'm quoting Jesse right now because, well, I mean, how could you not? He literally said all that. And that is a fantastic car. One of my favorite cars of all time. Not just the orange one, but specifically the Supra. I love the Supra. You could chime in and like, is that a Supra? But you probably don't know that one. The car was painted, I think, orange pearl from a Lamborghini Murcielago or a Diablo. I can't remember. It's the same color that they used on the Lamborghini that they used in the movie. Some sick graphics on the side. Bomex body kit. I don't even remember that. ARC wing on the back. I don't know. It's just super iconic. You know, if you see any kind of Supra or whatever, you're like, oh, that's the Fast and the Furious car. It just happens to be bright orange, like the General Lee, because it catches your eye.
Yeah.
I love the car.
Flamboyant.
Possibly.
Whatever he said.
Number 7, Jurassic Park, the 1992 Jeep Wrangler Sahara YJ. It's, I mean, you still see people making these, buying them and repainting them to look like it.
Certainly buying older ones. I mean, you see them quite often that you'll see somebody buy an old YJ Wrangler and throw the T-Rex on the side and Jurassic Park. I mean, I would do it. If I ever buy another Jeep for, you know, especially an older one like that, for sure, I would definitely slap it down the side and be done with it.
Yeah, you could put your Lizard Man mask on and chase people around.
That, you know what?
That's a good
Official
idea.
lizard business.
That's right.
Have the license plate say that?
Official
Or
lizard
bumper
business.
stickers.
I'm doing this. So Brandon's going to build the Batmobile. Apparently, I'm building the Green Hornet's Black Beauty. I'm going to hand that off to Gabe. But I really want to be official lizard business with the Jeep.
Yeah.
Why not?
Yeah.
It's pretty good.
I mean, you
Sounds
can't
like
have
a
it.
plan.
It's fine. Can they
I don't
do
think
it?
you understand.
Do I get to ride with
No.
you? Oh.
You get to ride in the back with the.
Can I ride underneath?
Stint.
No.
Okay.
Only if you wear a T-Rex blow-up costume and ride in the back end, like.
All right. I'll do it.
I doubt
Okay.
So you can look in the mirror and go, oh,
it. Yeah, things in the mirror are closer than they appear.
let's
Yeah.
go faster.
Right. We'll have Brandon in the back like Jeff Goldblum, his leg wrapped up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let's go faster.
Number 6 is the Family Truckster from the Griswold movies. You know, the famous wagon that they had. Who doesn't love that? Who doesn't love that? That's the Wagon Queen Family Truckster. I think it started life as a 79 Ford LTD Country wagon. I mean, it's crazy. It had like 2 sets of headlights, just big, obnoxious.
Wooden panels,
Yeah.
green.
Right.
I mean, he got ripped off when he bought it in the movie, but it's just it made its appearance in many of those movies. You know, the iconic big Christmas tree on top of it from Christmas Vacation.
Crashing it through everything, worse
Yes.
than any other movie. I mean,
And it comes out all good.
yeah, no, I mean he jumped it through a sign. He's jumped it I don't know how many times, and he's had Christmas tree on the top, and he ran it through someone's yard, and I think someone's house maybe. I don't know.
He had some close encounters with semi trucks too.
Yeah, gone underneath log trucks.
Yeah, I mean
Yeah.
you name it, and that car has just been through it, and it's a trooper. It's a truckster.
Surely is.
I'd drive it. I mean, but who doesn't know it, right? Who doesn't know?
Would you have all the luggage on top though?
Why not?
Would you have the grandma though?
You gonna find me a grandma I can keep in?
So who you gonna call?
I'm gonna call number 5, and that is the Ecto1 from Ghostbusters. Who does not? I mean, if you don't know about this car, you shouldn't be. I mean, you don't even know pop culture. I'm just saying. That's a 59. Is it a 50? Yeah, it's a 59 Cadillac ambulance / hearse. I believe it was built by the Miller Meteor Company, and they only built like 400 of them or something like that. And you know, they converted several of them for the Ghostbusters movie. It's about as iconic as it gets.
I mean, it's a white hearse with a massive ghost on the side of it.
Right, and just the strangest, like, roof rack with equipment that looks like you're chasing storms, not ghosts.
Or you have a nuke on top.
Yeah, I don't even know what it's about. But that siren, though, it's about as iconic as it gets.
Yeah.
And Reddit tells me that they used a Jaguar sound from a big cat, like a Jaguar, and just did it at really high pitched and fast. Don't quote me on that. I found that on Reddit though. The internet.
Number 4, Black Beauty from the Green Hornet. We actually talked about this car a little bit last week. 66 Imperial Crown. Just an amazing car. Has a lot of gadgets on it, a lot of technology for Kato and the Green Hornet. They actually, as we said in the last video, did 50 coats of green flake paint.
Is it 50 or 30?
30, I'm sorry.
30 coats.
30 coats. And it cost $50,000. Crazy amount of money during that era of Bruce Lee. Just iconic car, them jumping across the car. What can you say? It's the Black Beauty.
I mean, they
$50,000 in 1966. That's equivalent to like $400,000 in today's times, and that was for like 30 coats of green flake in the black paint. Why 30 coats? Not a clue. You couldn't even see it on TV, but I'm sure in person it was beautiful.
I mean,
it was the Black Beauty.
You had to get it right though.
Nearly $400,000 for 30 coats of metal flake
I mean,
alone.
if it ain't right though.
But they only made like 2 of those cars for the series, and I understand why. But
Yeah,
that's crazy.
it's expensive.
Crazy expensive.
Literally.
Yeah, literally.
So do you like your drinks shaken or stirred?
Shaken, not stirred.
That's good.
And that will be number 3, and that is Bond's Aston Martin DB5. First appeared in Goldfinger, and yes, Goldfinger. I believe it was a 63 model or a 64 model. The movie was in 64, and they didn't really say what it was, as far as I know. But if you know, tell us in the comments. But either way, it was an Aston Martin DB5, and this is one of the most beautiful cars ever made. No way around it. You have gadgets. You've got ejector seats. You've got the little thing that comes up behind the back window so you can't shoot him. In the newer movies, you've got miniguns in the headlights. I mean,
there's
Oil
just
spill?
nothing cooler than James Bond.
right. I mean, it's like the Black Beauty, but James Bond.
I mean, you got oil slicks too.
Oh, wheel slick,
Run
smoke
'em off the
screen.
road.
I mean, everything. Ejector
Lines?
seats. I said that already, but it's cool. I mean, who doesn't like the DB5? And for that reason, it's number 3 on our list because everybody knows it. Whether you're pop culture or just James Bond. If it's good enough for Roger Moore, Sean Connery, Daniel Craig, Pierce Brosnan, I don't think George Lazenby or what's the other guy's name?
It doesn't matter.
I don't think they drove one because they're not cool.
That's right.
But the four are cool. Number 2 on our list is the Ford Interceptor from Mad Max. It's a 73 Ford Falcon XB GT, and that is the last of the V8 Interceptors. If you've ever seen the movie, I'm sure you have. I'm sure everybody has. It's a good movie. If you haven't, go watch it. It's super iconic. Started life as a white Ford Falcon, and he didn't like that, so he went and got himself a painter and painted it black. And then he threw on a Wyand 671 supercharger and the side exhaust. Lots of stuff there. Lots of stuff. The supercharger wasn't real. It wasn't the movie, but when you're watching it, you clearly know that the superchargers don't kick on and off like that. They run at all times. But it was super cool. At the time, especially. Big supercharger coming out of the hood, flip the switch, then kicks on. Not how that works. Not how that works at all, but it was cool.
It was cool. I mean, it made its way through Mad Max and the Road Warrior. Just super cool car. I mean, he's got his dog in there, holding the trap for the bad guy, the shotgun to his face. Just he always seems to wreck it though.
Every single time. Oh, and then the last movie, Fury Road, he got stolen and then crashed, and then rebuilt, and then crashed again.
I mean, who doesn't want to look like Mel Gibson wearing his leather jacket?
A little sawed off and
sawed off with a
Ford Falcon with the world's biggest supercharger sticking out of the top of it.
Yes.
I'd buy one.
Yes.
I think it's cool.
Yes. Only $100,000 to get it from Australia, right?
Yes. Auto Trader Australia and eBay Australia have led me to understand, to find out that a Ford Falcon is about $100,000 imported, and I don't think I'll ever own a Mad Max Ford Falcon.
Number 1, DMC12 DeLorean.
Do a Google search. What's that movie? Driven? I think there's a movie about it too. Wow.
Pretty amazing designer. I mean, really, he designed some amazing cars. He went out on his own.
Absolutely.
Designed another amazing car. It's iconic. We don't have to talk about Back to the Future. It's just, you know the movie, you know the car. It's iconic. You know what's interesting is that there's a company that makes DeLoreans. They bought all the old new stock, and they're making them in Texas. They're very expensive because they actually have better engines and all that stuff. Because I think the originals only went to they may have even got to 88 miles an hour.
The top speed of a DeLorean in 82 was 110, and it took well over 10 seconds to get to 60. So I don't even know how long it would take to get to 110. So in the short sequence where they took off and hit 88 and went back in time, or Back to the Future, that didn't happen. It took way longer than it should have to get that car up to speed. It was a very, very slow car in the time. It screamed 80s. The style, the looks, everything about it looked fast, seemed fast. Well, they lied to you.
It wasn't. Yeah. But I've actually looked at buying a DeLorean when I was in the military. I actually had looked at one, thought about it, got talked out of it. I didn't get it. I still kind of wish I had. Just thinking
Absolutely. That's one car I do want to own one day, but I will not keep that little tiny V6 in the back of it.
We can buy one of the new ones that are made in Texas.
Actually, I thought they bought the licensing for DeLorean too.
I believe they did.
Yeah, so it's like a new old DeLorean, kind of like they were doing with the Volkswagen Beetles down in Mexico, which is kind of cool.
So you're building 2 cars now, or getting 2 cars. That may or may not be featured on the show.
Likely going to have 12 one day.
Makes sense.
We'll show them all on the show if I get them done within the next 50 years. I don't know.
Yeah. We'll see what happens. Anyways, we're going to do our 1A, because you're probably wondering, well, what about this car? What about that car? We had sort of a disagreement on which one it was.
Yes, we did. So we all had our own opinion on this car. So you tell us what you think, which one's your favorite, and we'll tell you what our favorite is. Starting with you, Gabe.
Batmobiles.
Yes.
I personally like the 1966 from the original TV series. It's actually a 1955 Lincoln Future concept car. And it was based off of that, and it's special 330 horsepower Lincoln engine, every bit of 19 feet long. My favorite part about it was the fact I thought it was funny because they had a phone in the center of the car, which I mean it used to be a real thing, but I always thought that was cool because on patrols they could just be on the go and instantly go to a crime.
Picks up the big plasticky hand, the phone. Yes, this is Batman.
Yeah.
Adam West. That is a really cool looking car. It really is. And if I had to choose another Batmobile, that would definitely be it. I love the way that it looks. Like Gabe said, it was a 1955 Futura Lincoln concept car, and I guess they made a deal with them to let them use it as the Batmobile. And it is just a really neat car. 19 feet long. That's like a boat. That is literally as long as a full-size truck compared to other cars.
And it has no trunk space. Like, where does all that space go?
The really neat body lines and the bubble top, which I think that the Futura concept car actually had the full top, and they were like, no, Batman needs to jump out of it.
Yeah.
I mean, how would you even get
I don't
out
think
if you
they
had
use
a
the
bubble top?
doors.
No, they just need to jump
Yeah.
in and out.
Yeah.
As far as I know.
A siren in the middle of the, I don't know what it's called, thing that goes over the middle of it.
Is it a roll bar?
I guess, yeah.
This is like a roll bar. Brandon, which one's your favorite Batmobile?
The 1989 Tim Burton movie Batmobile. It was built on an Impala chassis, some various other pieces of car. It's, to me, that's an iconic Batmobile. It's long.
For sure.
It's got the fire coming out the back.
The jet.
The jet engine.
Yeah.
It's got the machine guns in the front that pop out of the hood. I just love that car. The sliding door on the top.
Oh yeah, yeah, absolutely.
Man, that's like the car. I mean, it's just a gorgeous car. There's actually a guy up in Ohio. He makes body kits to build your own. You can put it on a early 90s Ford LTD. You're probably wondering, how do I know all this? Because I one day would like to build one. I'm sure it'll happen one day.
We'll do a time lapse of Brandon building his car over like the next 5 years.
Yeah.
Just keep the camera rolling.
Yeah.
Yeah, just all time.
Yeah.
All the
that's
time.
right. That'd be a lot of editing, a lot of rendering,
Yes.
like weeks worth of rendering,
That'd be a lot of memory.
Yeah.
all the memory.
It'd be all of it.
All the memory.
If you have like 600 terabytes of RAID storage for us, that would be great, because we don't. We need a whole server for that.
So what's your Batmobile?
I actually like the Batmobile from the Batman animated series back in the mid 90s. I think 92 to 95. It was I grew up watching that series there, and the car was, I don't know, I always liked the car. It was a real long hood, with those wing back fender tips. I don't even know what you call it. Kind of the same thing with like the glass there. I don't know. It's just, I liked how long it was. Just long, big. I don't even know there's like no specifications about it. It was just the animated series. I don't know. It was just really, really cool. It's like you could put like a V16 motor in it, and it's really big, really like obnoxiously large, like bigger than this table big. So,
Yeah.
I mean, it could just anything. I just always liked the way that one looked.
And the fact that it can still turn corners.
Yes. Yes, absolutely.
That is something very important.
Is it like Batmobile got like, that one was 19 feet, and it seems like every time the Batmobile changed generations, it's just like bigger and bigger.
Yeah.
And big, and like more and more like just wild. Like this last one, the Batman versus Superman, that was like a Transformer tank. I don't even know what you would call that. I mean, the one from the Dark Knight series was pretty cool. It was like a real tank.
It was
wasn't
a
even a
it's
Batmobile.
called the Tumbler.
It wasn't even a Batmobile at that point. It was like a tank.
Yeah, with bat pod on it.
I don't even know what you want to call it, but
I mean, that's what it's called.
oh, okay. Well, like I said, Batman versus Superman was just, it was out there.
The ones that Bane used were called Bane tumblers. It's just what they're called, the Bat Tumbler, and then
It's cool.
Yeah. It's giveaway time. Brandon, find us some winners.
Congratulations to that winner, and possibly dead last winner. You gotta love dead last.
All of you rock.
That's the Gabe's Cave. It's the Gabe's. That's the Cave prize. Dead last.
Yeah.
May not be this or this, but it's this, and this is still better than like all the middle people that didn't get it.
Yeah.
So make sure you still like and subscribe, because you can still get cool stuff even if you don't win
We're giving away stuff every week.
Right.
So let's go.
It's time for the Artist Spotlight of the Week. This week's spotlight is Tone Rodriguez. Some of you may know him from doing The Simpsons, working on Family Guy. My personal favorite is The Adventures of Jimmy Halpert, the comic book. I love The Office. Candace loves The Office. I don't know if you guys love The
I love
Office.
The Office.
From all the clips you've shown me, yeah, it's
You
hilarious.
should watch it. It's a good show. It
Bears,
really is.
beats.
Battlestar Galactica.
Mom's watching that entire series now.
Really?
Battlestar Galactica, she's
Oh,
watching the
that's your
entire
favorite.
series. She's not watching Office.
I thought you were talking about The Office. Anyways, we love Tone. Tone also worked on the OMG, a horror anthology. I'm sure you knew that, though.
Yeah, through Aquatos Comics. So
Absolutely.
check out Aquatos Comics. Pick up some of those ash cans. Amazing book. It is the first appearance of Gabe's Cave.
It is.
Yeah.
So, Gabe, would you like to show off our original sketch cards, some of which we'll be giving away?
Yep. Here we go.
Green Goblin, the Joker, Spider-Man, She-Hulk, the Thing, Batman, the Hulk, Hellboy, Drupal,
Ghost Rider.
That's a pretty cool Ghost Rider.
That is a cool Ghost Rider. Brandon, what is your favorite card from this week?
the Joker.
It's a pretty neat Joker.
Yeah.
It's very detailed, very good profile pic.
Yes. Yes. Gabe?
I also like the Joker. It reminds me of the Arkham series Joker. That's why I like it. I also like the Spider-Man.
I would say my favorite would probably be Ghost Rider. I've always liked Ghost Rider.
Yeah.
He's pretty cool. Just the whole comic of Ghost Rider is nifty.
Flaming skulls.
Yeah.
So
It's
how
always
so how
pretty
could
cool.
they win one of these cards?
You can win a card by liking, subscribing, and leaving us a comment. But don't just leave us any comment. Leave us a comment on which card you want. Because if you win, we're going to find which card you said and give it to you.
Boom.
That's
I'm
pretty
just
cool.
saying.
That's pretty cool. Like,
Unless both winners were the same, then we're going to put you in a box and make you fight it out.
And
To
if you
go-
don't pick a card,
two go in, one comes out.
you're getting whichever one that we pick,
Yeah, you're getting our favorite. If you don't pick one, you're getting our favorite.
or our least favorite.
Yeah, because I might steal my favorite. I don't know.
So choose.
Unless I just pick all of our favorites.
I'm just saying I like all of these.
Yeah.
They're fantastic. That Batman is really cool. Spider-Man is pretty cool.
I mean, even She-Hulk, man, she's
Yeah.
rocking it.
I didn't even know it was a thing.
You didn't know
She-Hulk?
She-Hulk was a thing?
No.
Yeah, she's gonna have a Disney Plus series.
You serious?
Yeah.
Wow. Part of the MCU?
Yeah.
I think so.
What's wrong with you?
I'm not versed. I'm sorry. I do apologize. But I'll be honest with you, Brandon. Just like Back to the Future, Gabe's Cave today is out of time. No.
Because we're going back in time.
So make sure you like, subscribe, comment. Tell us what you liked about the show. Tell us which card you want to win. Tell us what you want to see in the show. And make sure that you leave your top 15 in the comments of which vehicle you like the best, because we could be totally wrong. Yours could be so much better than ours.
Yeah.
I'm just saying. What we decided that's not in stone.
Yeah.
I mean, I like the Miami Vice Ferrari Testarossa, but it didn't make the cut. So, we'll see you next time. Thank you for stopping in, and have a good one.
Bye.